Since our last video, a ton has gone down. Let's take a look at our craziest news stories and rumors. Here is our headlines. OBA FEMI confirms a match with Brock Lesnar. Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre's original Mania plans. Gunther ended Pat McAfee's WWE career. Elon Musk is buying WWE. The WWE bans Logan Paul. AJ Styles is returning on Raw. A minor backstage incident leads to a sudden WWE release. Rhea Ripley goes non-PG. Brock Lesnar sent back to court. All of that and much more. So subscribe to the channel if you are not already, without wasting much time. First up, Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre's original Mania plans. WWE's road to WrestleMania 42 may look different now, but a new backstage update reveals the company originally had a much more brutal showdown in mind for Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre. According to PW Insider, the initial WrestleMania pitch circulating internally called for Rhodes to defend the undisputed WWE Championship against McIntyre inside Hell in a Cell. The idea reportedly made the rounds earlier in the planning process before WWE pivoted in a different direction as the card began taking shape. The plan would have placed two of WWE's top stars in one of the company's most dangerous stipulations on the biggest stage of the year. However, those original creative discussions never made it to the final lineup. Instead, the WrestleMania landscape appears to be shifting towards separate rivalries. Current expectations point toward Cody Rhodes facing Randy Orton at WrestleMania 42, while Drew McIntyre is now believed to be headed toward a match with Jacob Fatu. That change follows the chaotic, undisputed WWE Championship match between Rhodes and McIntyre on the March 6, 2026 episode of Friday Night SmackDown from the Moda Center in Portland, Oregon. With that now in the books, the original Hell in a Cell plan between Rhodes and McIntyre appears to be off the table. Instead, WWE seems to be setting up two separate major matches as WrestleMania 42 approaches. What do you think about WWE's original WrestleMania idea for Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre inside Hell in a Cell? Would you rather see that match happen? Or do you prefer the current direction with Cody facing Randy Orton and McIntyre potentially battling Jacob Fatu? Moving on, Gunther ended Pat McAfee's WWE career. Pat McAfee just addressed his status with WWE, and it doesn't sound like a return is happening anytime soon. During a recent Q&A on his Instagram stories, McAfee responded to a fan asking whether he plans to return to WWE television. The longtime broadcaster, who previously served as a color commentator and occasional in-ring competitor, admitted that the door isn't completely closed, but right now it doesn't feel like he's heading back. I don't think you ever say never, especially with WWE. McAfee then explained that at this point in his life, it feels like the company has moved forward without him. But right now, it does not feel like it is something is supposed to happen. Feels like that business has kind of passed me by a little bit. He also took time to acknowledge the experience he had in the company and the chance to work alongside longtime commentator Michael Cole. I grew up loving it, dreamed to work in it, feel honored that I had the opportunity to work alongside the GOAT Michael Cole. I feel like the biz is in a good spot without me. I'll continue to watch. Gunther has become the career killer in WWE after retiring Goldberg, John Cena, and AJ Styles within a year. Now it seems like the ring general might have ended another career unknowingly, since he was the last person to face the former Raw commentator. Despite not being on commentary for months, Pat McAfee has continued to remain associated with WWE by hosting several superstars on the Pat McAfee Show. While he denied a return to commentary with the promotion, he remains linked to the product, albeit in a minor capacity. Moving on, Elon Musk is buying WWE? A controversial star has called for Elon Musk to buy WWE after hearing rumors that he may be doing it. He spoke about it. Matt Riddle said in an interview that he felt that when it came to TKO, they were far too focused on the business aspect of it and not on the actual wrestling and creative that went into making WWE shows. He said that he had heard a rumor that Musk might end up buying WWE, and that was something that he felt would be a huge improvement. He said that he liked Musk a lot and that he was highly intelligent. Riddle added that he knew Elon Musk was given a hard time by a lot of people, but he could likely make WWE run far smoother than what TKO had done with it. He added that they would not hire stars who did not know how to wrestle. With TKO, I don't know. I just think they're too business focused. But then again, I heard a rumor that Elon Musk might buy WWE. I like the Musk. People give him a hard time. I feel like he's just highly intelligent. I think he would be a great owner for WWE. I think it would. I guarantee it would run smoother, and he wouldn't be hiring a bunch of people that can't work. He went on to talk about how WWE had changed their strategies, and a lot of their recent hires were about the looks of certain stars instead of their actual in-ring abilities. It remains to be seen if Musk would buy WWE. It seems unlikely, but it was also unlikely he would buy Twitter until he suddenly did exactly that. Moving on, the WWE bans Logan Paul. WWE has banned Logan Paul's $1 million idea, he has now responded. Logan Paul's idea got shut down by WWE employee Chris Legentil, who called him to inform inform him that him boxing others outside the company was not approved, and getting injured before WrestleMania in such a fight was not something that they were going to approve. He said that the bosses had called him, and it turned out that he was too valuable of a WWE star to be fighting bums. He went on to congratulate Le'Veon Bell and Bryden Fehoko on being relevant again for 15 minutes, and asked them to go back to being broke and retired while he goes back to WWE Raw. As a result, the $1 million challenge that he had issued for NFL players to fight him is not happening. Welp, the boss is called. Turns out I'm too valuable of a WWE superstar to be fighting bums. I want to take this opportunity to congratulate Le'Veon Bell and Bryden Fehoko for their 15 minutes of relevancy. Now back to being broke and retired. I'm going back to Raw every Monday on Netflix WWE. Le'Veon Bell, who had accepted the challenge, was not happy about it. Having already called out Paul for ducking him and saying that he had made up the call and it was a fake one, he went on to say again that he staged the call and that Paul was too scared to fight him. He referred to how Jake Paul had gotten knocked out by Anthony Joshua and said that was what Paul himself was afraid of. I literally staged this phone call. That way when I decline, I don't look like a little bee because I'm scared to fight. I'm afraid I'm gonna get Anthony Joshua'd. Sorry, but me and my brother are bee-made. Moving on, AJ Styles is returning on Raw. Tonight's WWE Raw is set to feature a major name in attendance. AJ Styles, who recently hung up his boots, has announced that he will be present at this week's edition of the Red Brand. Styles was in action at Royal Rumble 2026, where he put his career on the line against Gunther. The Phenomenal One suffered a loss in the match and thus concluded his in-ring career. While many expected him to go to AEW or TNA, Styles has made it clear that his wrestling days are over. He will also be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame this year. AJ Styles also recently launched his The Phenomenally Retro podcast. In the first episode of the show, the Phenomenal One confirmed that he will be in attendance on Raw. He also mentioned that his new role in helping talent will expand to the main roster. As mentioned, AJ Styles is set for a new role in WWE. The Phenomenal detailed his new role on his podcast, noting that he will scout talent for the ID program. I'm on the internet. I'm checking out, talent because it's kind of be part of my job with WWE now. I'm looking for talent, and I'm looking to see what I can do, if I can do anything for them, if they can get better, little things like that, because if there's the possibility of them, coming to maybe, I don't know, get an ID or something like that, then hopefully I can facilitate in getting that to happen. So as of right now, it's a little slow, but, there's phone calls that's going to have to be made to make sure that my job is done. And it's not just with indie talent, it'll be NXT talent, and as well as, it may be some main roster talent as well, Styles said. Moving on, a minor backstage incident leads to a sudden WWE release. Over the past few years, WWE has released multiple stars for different reasons. While some were due to budget cuts, others either left the company or were fired. Recently, former WWE star Razor discussed his release from the Stamford-based promotion. The former tag team champion disclosed how a minor incident led to his release from the company. In a conversation on Casino Stugan, one half of the Authors of Pain revealed that due to a backstage incident, Akam and Razor weren't being booked for any shows by World Wrestling Entertainment. There was something that happened backstage. After that, we weren't getting called on any shows anymore, so the message was clear, he said. Razor also added that the backstage incident led to the release of other wrestlers, including Sonya Deville, Cedric Alexander, and Blair Davenport. Something happened backstage. I don't want to get into it too much, but there was a minor incident, and obviously they didn't like it. I'll take responsibility for it, I don't care. But obviously there's something that led up to that situation. I'm always professional. I was with WWE for a total of almost 9+ years. I never had an incident or anything like that, but yeah, I'll take responsibility for it. I don't care, Razor said. Moving on, Rhea Ripley goes non-PG. A clip from Rhea Ripley on stream with popular streamer and MMA interviewer Nina Drama has gone viral on X, where Nina asks Mommy about the foot fetish community. In response, Ripley said everyone had different likings before revealing that she felt ticklish if someone touched her feet. If it's your like, then that's yours. We all like different things. I don't know if I can have someone touch my foot, though I am too ticklish. On TMZ's Inside the Ring, Lana, CJ Perry, touted the Nightmare as the Roman Reigns of the women's division. Perry said that while many might name Charlotte Flair or Liv Morgan as the OTC of the women's division, she would give the recognition to Mommy. She also speculated that Triple H and the creative team viewed Ripley as a major player, much like Reigns. In some ways, Rhea is like the Roman Reigns of the women. She's a big player. Some would maybe say Charlotte Flair. Some would say Liv Morgan. But possibly Triple H and creative, the decision makers. They could see Rhea Ripley as like the Roman Reigns, right? Moving on, Brock Lesnar sent back to court. An old video recently circulated online showing the mayor of Suplex City, looking unhappy with a fan comment from the crowd. The video was shot from the crowd's perspective and captured the moment when Lesnar was making his entrance. The fan from the crowd shouted at Lesnar, calling the WWE star a fool and telling him to go back to the court. In response, when Lesnar heard the fan shouting, he paused for a second during his entrance and looked at the fan. The person instantly changed his tone and asked Brock Lesnar to calm down. There is no doubt that Brock is one of the most intimidating stars in professional wrestling. When he gave that fan an intense look, it indeed made him reconsider his statement. For those unaware, Lesnar was named in the lawsuit filed by former WWE employee Janelle Grant against ex-chairman Vince McMahon. Reports disclosed that it was a major reason for Lesnar's 2-year hiatus from the company. Although nothing is confirmed, the video is likely from WrestlePalooza 2025, where the Beast Incarnate faced John Cena in a singles match. This was evident from the WrestlePalooza graphics that appeared behind Lesnar when he moved ahead after staring at the fan. Speaking of Lesnar, OBA FEMI recently confirmed a match with him. OBA FEMI has already made it clear he's ready for a showdown with Brock Lesnar, and now he's doubling down with a new update that suggests the clash may only be a matter of time. Speculation about a possible match between FEMI and Lesnar began during the 2026 Men's Royal Rumble, when the two had a memorable face-off. FEMI entered the match at number 1 and lasted an impressive 39 minutes before Lesnar eliminated him with a German suplex, creating immediate talk about a future match. Reports later indicated that the rumored singles match between the two is not officially confirmed for WrestleMania 42, but FEMI continues to embrace the idea publicly. During an interview with TV Insider, the former NXT champion said he believes the match will eventually take place and praised Lesnar's legendary run in combat sports and WWE. What a run for him! He had 2 separate runs, and they've both been fantastic. It would be really cool to face him. FEMI also acknowledged that the fan demand for the match has been loud ever since their Royal Rumble moment. He continued by pointing to Lesnar's resume and how facing him would be a fitting milestone. I know the fans have been asking for that match. It's going to happen one day soon. What a run he has had. The UFC champion, multiple-time WWE champion, Royal Rumble winner, dominance. What a way to cap it off by facing the ruler. According to FEMI, the brief interaction with Lesnar during the Royal Rumble was essentially a test to see how the crowd would react to the idea of the two colliding. While nothing has been confirmed yet for WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas, Lesnar's role on the road to the event is still developing. WWE previously announced that Lesnar will hold an open challenge at WrestleMania, though the identity of his opponent has not been revealed. Lesnar has also been scheduled for several upcoming episodes of Raw during WrestleMania season, including a March 16th appearance in San Antonio. Meanwhile, FEMI is continuing to establish himself on WWE's main roster following his call-up from NXT. In the same interview, he discussed how the transition has gone so far and the adjustments that come with the larger stage. There is a lot more traveling on the main roster, a way bigger audience and platform. Despite the changes, FEMI said the momentum he built in NXT has carried over smoothly. I'm glad that everything I was able to do over at NXT happened. I was able to translate to the main roster effortlessly, seamlessly. The crowd has been behind me. They know my shtick. They know what I do. The ruler is here to stay on the main roster. With WrestleMania 42 approaching and Lesnar's opponent still unknown, FEMI's latest comments add even more intrigue to the situation. The two already teased the rivalry once in the Royal Rumble, and FEMI clearly believes the match is only a matter of time.